Hello and welcome to Chabot News for November 9th, 2016. My name is Oscar Palacios and I will bring you the latest on a double homicide in Hayward, Chabot College inducting 13 former students and coaches into the Hall of Fame, the Miles of Turkey event, a fatal tour bus crash in Paul and Pant suits. Alex will fill you in with an update on the 49ers and Raiders game last weekend. All that and more on Chabot TV News. Two men were shot and killed in Hayward in a double homicide that brings the total number to 12 this year, police said. The shootings were reported Sunday at 8:30 p.m. on Mannon Avenue and Ranger Place. Officers found two men in the street suffering from apparent gunshot wounds, according to Sergeant Zachary Hover. A witness said off camera that the fight between the shooter and the two men in the parking lot of an apartment complex may have led to the shooting. There were 10 homicides in Hayward in 2015. No one is in custody. Anyone who may have witnessed this incident or has information should call Detective Trevor Vonnegut at 510-293-1041.
All right, hey, we're at Chabot College. My name is May. I'm just going to go around campus today and interview people about the presidential election. First up, we have
Dominique Carter.
Dominique Carter. How long have you been at Chabot?
I've been at Chabot for 3 years now.
All right, so how do you feel about last night?
So last night seems really unreal. Till this morning, I can't believe that Trump is going to be our president. I feel disgusting and I feel deeply sad. Like my soul hurts.
Yeah, I think what was the most awakening thing for me was the map, because that was kind of like a reality check for myself, because just seeing like California, yeah, we love Clinton, but sorry, there's a lot going on in the background right now. People are yelling. If you want to record that, that would be... Yeah. As you can see, people on campus are really upset. Reporting live from Chabot College, people are unhappy with what's happening right now. As you can see, a lot of students here today are upset about the presidential election. I think that speaks for itself, to be honest. So going back to Dom about the presidential election, I'm not gonna lie, I woke up and I was sad. Just to see the map again, just to see how Central America, everybody actually agrees with this guy, and to me it's eye-opening. To me it's like a wake-up call that I need to get more involved, to be honest.
I agree. I mean, seeing this map, it just shows how people really feel. I mean, when we had Obama for those 2 terms, people were all on board, and then their true colors come out. So it's kind of an eye-opener to the minorities, like watch your back in a way, because these people out here don't really have it. But we have to have each other's backs. And I feel like where we as American people really messed up was not paying attention and not getting educated before we go out and vote and before we let someone like this run. Because it all starts from the bottom. It starts with electing your mayors, your governors, your councilmen, like all that. It starts from the bottom, because essentially all of our votes that we put in yesterday for president don't count. We have to vote for the right people to be in electoral college to then select our president. So we messed up from the jump by taking it as a joke, thinking that it was a joke, and just kind of sweeping it under the rug and creating a joke on social media and on the mainstream media. We're not paying attention.
I think the thing that shocks me the most is that as somebody to run our country, I would expect that person to be respectable. Exactly. Have character, have integrity, and just the character traits that he showed throughout this whole election, those were all highlighted. And it's crazy that people could overlook those, because for one, if it was another woman other than Hillary Clinton, if it was another person of color, if those people who were running for president were highlighted with the same character qualities that this guy has, they wouldn't have gotten this far. And what shocks me is that all of these people are overlooking that, and it's just like, really, what do we have to look forward to? Like, I get it, economy base, He's a businessman. I get it. We're not used to the way business people talk. And also, Republicans, they want to give an outsider a chance to see if they can actually change something in America. But still, what do you teach your kids? Respect people. What do you teach? We teach values to people, and it's just like, this guy is just stomping all over everybody. Not everybody, I may be exaggerating, but he's getting away with everything. And I still don't think it's fair, because again, if it was a woman or if it was a person of color, they would not have gotten as far as he gotten.
Exactly. I completely agree. And I just want to ask all these people, these men and these women in these red states, like, what, after everything that he said, what still made you vote for him? Honestly, like, I just want to know. It's not to judge you. It's not to, say anything negative to you. I just want to know.
Well, that's all we have time for today. As you can see, people on Chabot campus clearly unhappy. But hey, we're going to look for change, and hopefully something positive comes out of this. We can only learn and we can only grow. So thank you.
Thanks, May. On Friday, October 28th, Chabot College inducted 13 former student athletes, 3 former coaches, and 2 former athletic staff members into the Chabot College Hall of Fame. Congratulations to the Hall of Fame committee, and especially to Dan Miller, Chabot College head athletic trainer and Hall of Fame chair, and Kenny Kubicki, our assistant athletic director, assistant swim coach, and Hall of Fame logistics coordinator on a great event. Chabot's athletic program has germinated from a humble beginning and blossomed into one of the finest overall athletic programs in the state. In 1964, Chabot began its athletic history in the Golden Gate Conference by winning championships in football, wrestling, and men's golf. Since 1964, and including the year of 2015, Chabot teams have won 100 conference championships, 37 Northern California championships, and 11 state championships. And now, in our international news, here's European correspondent Eric Samuels with a report on the EU's concern on Polish affairs.
Today in Strasbourg, a high-level discussion has been held within the European institutions and in the presence of the Polish Prime Minister on the recent developments in Poland which may threaten the rule of law. The new ruling party, Law and Justice, have been suspected of trying to curb the powers of the Constitutional Court and interfering in the management of the public broadcaster.
Mutual trust among EU member states and their respective legal systems depends on the confidence that the rule of law is observed in all member states. National rule of law safeguards seem to come under threat. The EU needs to act.
As well as supporting the European Commission and Council decision to investigate further, Socialist and Democrat MEPs send a message of solidarity to the Polish people.
This is not a debate about Poland. This is not a debate against the Polish people. This is a debate about the politics of the current Polish government.
We want to reaffirm our solidarity and our friendship with the Polish people. And we want to verify if some legislation from Poland is compatible with the European law.
S&D concretely criticised the recent packing of judges chosen by the government to the Constitutional Court in breach of the Constitution. The rehabilitation of a minister who had been convicted of abuse of power also puts the independence of the judiciary at risk.
The independence of justice is crucial for any member states in the European Union, because the European Union is not only an economical or political community, we also create a community of values and norms.
Another point of tension relates to the newly reformed process of choosing the management of the public broadcaster, an action which could be a first step in exerting undue influence over the Polish media.
As a foreign journalist, I have to say it's crucial to have a critical and responsible media. That means as well that the authorities have to do everything to establish independence of media and freedom of speech.
MEPs hope that this message will be heard by the Polish government and will vote on a resolution on this matter at the next plenary session in February.
Come join us for the first annual Miles of Turkeys held at the Chabot College Athletic Field at 10 a.m. on Wednesday, November 23rd on the track. Winners of each division will be awarded a turkey and a post-race pumpkin pie for all participants. Registration for high school divisions is $7.50. Ages 19 and up is $10. Sign up at runsignup.com/ca/Hayward/Miles of Turkey Chabot College. The address is 25555 Hesperian Boulevard in Hayward. Now here's Christian with the entertainment.
Thanks, Oscar. Disney Channel announced last week that an upcoming That's So Raven spin-off is indeed happening. The story will be about Raven's daughter named Nia, who has the same psychic power as her mother. Raven Simone will resume the role as Raven Baxter, as a divorced single mother, and a naive mama's boy named Booker. Disney is still in casting process, but after Raven tweeted a photo with her and a cake saying welcome back, some Disney fans are really excited about the new show. Doctor Strange opened to a far better than expected $85 million in North America over the weekend. Despite featuring a lesser-known superhero in Stephen Strange, played by Benedict Cumberbatch, and overseas, where the pig began rolling out less than 2 weeks ago, the Marvel Studios and Disney movie has earned $240.4 million for a rowdy 13-day global haul of $325 million. No one was quite sure how Doctor Strange would stack up in comparison to other first installments in the Marvel franchise stable. Pre-releasing tracking suggested the movie would open in North America anywhere between $65 million and $70 million. Instead, the film posted the third best opening for a first installment in the MCU, behind the $98.6 million domestic debut of Iron Man in 2008 and the $94.3 million bow of Guardians of the Galaxy in 2014. This excludes superhero team-up The Avengers, since it featured characters who had already been introduced in the MCU. To boot, both Iron Man and Guardians had the advantage of opening in summer rather than in November. The big success has made a sequel almost inevitable, although nothing has been officially announced. Doctor Strange was no doubt buoyed by stellar reviews and a cinema score and Cumberbatch's growing star power, as well as the ever-increasing clout of the Marvel brand. By the week's end, Doctor Strange will pass the $370.4 million grossed by Captain America the First Avenger over its entire run. In the film, Cumberbatch plays a top surgeon who, after his hands are injured in a car accident, seeks out the help of the Ancient One, played by Tilda Swinton, a master of the mystical arts. Chiwetel Ejiofor plays Mordo, a character that a post-credit scene teaser will take on an even larger role in the MCU in movies to come. Rachel McAdams also stars in Doctor Strange, which marks the biggest domestic opening for all 4 actors. That's all this week for entertainment. Back to you, Oscar.
Thanks, Christian. Last night, November 8th, was a wrenching moment for the whole United States and the rest of the world as well, all on the edge of our seats. The face-off between Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump was a back-and-forth one. As poll results rolled in, Hillary would be up in numbers, but eventually Trump would assume the top position. Then suddenly, Donald Trump started to pull away, taking states like Florida and Pennsylvania, and the swing state of Wisconsin, ending in pulling what might be the biggest upset in U.S. government history and claiming the presidency. At the end, Hillary finished with 228 electoral votes, while Trump was able to bring in 279 electoral votes. The real chaos occurred on social media, with many Facebook timelines saying, and I quote, "If you voted for Trump, delete me. We are all in for a ride during the next 4 years of Trump's presidency. We'll all just have to wait and see how it all turns out." Now here's Alex with the sports.
Thank you, Oscar. The San Francisco 49ers took on the New Orleans Saints in Santa Clara. The Niners offensive once again was led by controversial quarterback Colin Kaepernick. The Niners offensive finally looked to have a pulse as they gained a season-high 486 of total offense. But it was not enough for a win. The Saints' high-powered offensive got a huge day from running back Mark Ingram, who was benched last week for fumbling. Ingram ran for 158 yards on only 15 carries. The San Francisco will look to bounce back against the Arizona Cardinals in Arizona. On Sunday night, the Oakland Raiders took on the Denver Broncos in a battle of the AFC West, rival for their sole possession of first place. The game had a playoff-like atmosphere, like it was America's game of the week under the bright lights. The Raiders got a huge performance of running back Latavius Murray, who ran for 114 yards and 3 touchdowns. The rabid Raider fans were out in full force, causing Denver many problems with snap counts and several false start penalties. Oakland took first place of the AFC West with a 30-20 win over the Broncos. The Raiders have their bye. The Raiders have their bye this upcoming week. Now back to you, Oscar.
Thanks, Alex. The day we've all been waiting for, Election Day. We can all agree that this has been by far the most chaotic yet comical election year to date. It will probably go down in history, but most likely for the wrong reasons. On Facebook, you've probably seen it yourself. Hashtag pantsuits is now trending on social media, all in support of former First Lady Hillary Clinton and her pursuit for presidency. A Facebook-inspired group of friends is urging in the last hours before the election. The group's headline is, and I quote, "Suit up for selfies and plaster them all over the internet to give Hillary Clinton a big win on Tuesday. The future is in your hands. Get out there and vote. Hashtag Hillary will not be trumped, or hashtag Hillary got trumped. You decide." That is it for the Chabot News this week. Thanks to all the students and the staff in Mass Communications Department here at Chabot College for making this production possible. You can watch us anytime online at chabottv.net. Stay tuned on KCTH 27 on Comcast for more Chabot TV.